What is going on, Pokepeeps? Bringing you some more remix matches today in the Great League. So, starting up the team, it's two Pokemon from the last PvP video, starting off with Registeel. This Registeel stats are 8, 13, 15. You'll see I got that via a trade. That's how I was able to get the stats below like the raid IV requirements. That's why you see the attack at 8. Of course, it's rocking Lock On, Flash Can, Focus Blast. That's what Registeel will always use as a PvP moveset. Doing otherwise would probably just be foolish. Gonna move right along into the next Pokemon, a Hail form, Castform. So I really liked using this in the last PvP video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. The only issue with it is that it only runs pure ice moveset, Powder Snow, Blizzard, Weather Ball. And I really don't like running a moveset where it's only one typing, because if it doesn't work, it's not going to work. If they send out a Steel type, like the Castform is going to have some trouble. Yes, it can definitely spam Weather Ball on that Steel type, but because Steel would resist the ice and Steel is super effective on ice, it's a little unwise to send Castform out into a Steel type where it would get locked. Otherwise, though, it is very strong. Weather Ball is always a super powerful spammy move. Blizzard is a nuke. If you are able to get a Blizzard onto a Pokemon, you're going to take a lot of its HP, resisted or otherwise. So I do really enjoy running this Pokemon, but it is a little risky. Use at your own risk. But next up, here's the Pokemon I'm now using as a lead, and it's doing pretty well, a Drifblim. So Drifblim is a lot like Jellicent, but instead of the water typing, it is also a flying type. So Ghost Flying being a pretty good combo here, resisting the ground typing, so we're not super worried about like Nidoqueen's Earth Power. Like, this is actually a super good counter to Nidoqueen, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm seeing Nidoqueen and Obstagoons everywhere. Like, I am in between the 26 and 2700 range right now. I keep jumping back and forth, and I keep seeing Nidoqueen and Obstagoon. So I'm saying out Drifblim is a super good counter to Nidoqueen. Resist anything it can do. You sit there and just gain a bunch of energy, you knock it out with an Icy Wind, and then you're just charged up for whatever they're going to use next. Even against an Obstagoon, if you just keep spamming Icy Wind, you're going to eventually knock it out. I do advise using a shield at least once, like on that first Night Slash, but after the debuffs, Drifblim can handle it. So let's jump into these remix matches. First match of the night, up against It's My Bus. There's an interesting one. Alright, they send out a Diggersby. So Diggersby is highly rated in the PvPoke website. So that is probably why I'm seeing it. We're going to be resisting each other, except I will do super effective damage with my Icy Wind. They're only going to be doing neutral with their Fire Punch, so I'm absolutely going to be letting it go through. Yep, doesn't really do much at all to Drifblim. Drifblim is very bulky, super high in HP. So here comes the Icy Wind, super effective, and will be debuffing my opponent. Yep, does a nice little chunk. Diggersby is also pretty bulky. And they send out a Cresselia. So I'm sitting here like, why'd you send out the Psychic type into my Ghost type? I'm not sure exactly what my opponent is thinking. Moonblast would be doing more neutral damage. I guess they just don't have any other better option, whatever their third option is. So I'm going for the Fake Out. A Shadow Ball would do a heavy amount of damage. I'm going for the Icy Wind. Get the shield so they still get the attack debuff. My Hexes are doing super effective damage and giving me a lot of energy. This time I am going to go for the Shadow Ball, see if I can take out this Cresselia. Don't know if my opponent wants to commit both their shields. Let's see. Nope. Does a heck of a lot of damage too. They do get to another charge move, and I decided to let that go through. Bam. Yep, that's a nice little chunk, but Drifblim is hanging in there. I should be able to Hex down the Cresselia. There it goes. I did get to an Icy Wind, so whatever is coming out can get Icy Wind. And I see it is a Mandibuzz. Okay. I feel like Mandibuzz might have been the better option. Maybe my opponent misclicked into the Cresselia and wanted to send out Mandibuzz instead. Though Icy Wind will be doing super effective damage. Down goes my Drifblim. Finally, I can definitely send out my Registeel. I thought, like, you know, Castform would have been the better option, but then I would have probably gotten locked into Diggersby. Diggersby was brought out because of the Registeel. They wanted to counter. Now my Castform can take out the Diggersby. Castform is going to be super effective against the Mandibuzz and the Diggersby, so it doesn't really matter. I just wanted to make sure Registeel did not get locked into Diggersby. So we're going through our shields. Fire Punch will be doing super effective damage, but Fire Punch isn't that strong, and because it does not have Stab, I'm going to be absolutely fine. These Stab Weather Balls, however, are going to be doing a lot of damage to this Diggersby. Yep, down it goes. I should be able to get maybe one Weather Ball before... Oh, okay, I really thought they were going to try to take out the Castform, but seeing the Registeel in the back, they had no hope. So, good game. Going into the second match up against a Zermicus. Well, there's another interesting name. They send out a Shadow Gardevoir. Interesting choice by my opponent. We're going to be doing super effective damage, being the Ghost type into the Psychic type. These charms are going to be hitting me like a truck, though. Look at that. The charms are actually doing more damage to me than my super effective fast move. So there's something interesting for you. Going into the Icy Wind, wanting to debuff the Gardevoir. Shadow Ball with a KO'd, but I was sure they were going to shield. They send out a Mantine. Another interesting choice by my opponent. I like their team so far. So Icy Winds will only be doing neutral damage, but I'm aiming more for the debuff than anything. They let the Icy Wind go through. Mantine is another very bulky Pokemon that also likes to use Bubble Beam to debuff. So I'm absolutely going to let this go through. I'm in the red, so let's see if this is going to take me out. And I'm actually hanging on. Good for you, Drifblim. Going for that second Icy Wind, 2 debuffs, making the Mantine like utterly useless. I'm going to be able to sit here now and just powder snow. So yep, there goes the Drifblim. Out comes my Hail Form, Castform. I'm going to be able to just charge up with the Powder Snows. I do not mind being hit with the Bubble Beam. I don't like the debuff, but I definitely don't mind being hit by it because it's going to do like no damage. Going right for the Weather Ball, going to see if I can take out the Mantine. I'm sure my opponent would like that. Bam. And then back comes the Gardevoir. I would have liked Registeel to be locked into this, but unfortunately they are going to switch, I would believe. Let's see what my opponent does. Ooh, they go for a Shadow Ball. That does a really nice chunk of damage. So I get lots of charge. They send out a Golbat. I see it's a Golbat, so I'm going for the Flash Cannon. The Flash Cannon won't be super effective, but should do a nice chunk of damage. Registeel is actually going to resist anything this Golbat can throw at me. Golbat is one of the Poison Fang users, so it might drop my defense. Let's see what happens here. Decide to shield up. Yep, it is a Poison Fang. Down goes my defense. They definitely could have charged up to a Shadow Ball, but I decided to use the shield just in case it was Shadow Ball. Go for the Flash Can. They actually let the Golbat get taken out. I'm like, oh, come on, my Castform. But they're able to take my Registeel. I have to be super careful here. These charms are doing a lot of damage, but Shadow Gardevoir is so frail, I might be able to just powder snow it down. Oof, look at that charm damage, and we are able to take the win. That was actually a very good game. Third match against Neon Cake. Ooh, that's a very cute name. And look at their little hoodie. Aw. So they start out with a Whiscash. Looks pretty good for us. Whiscash focuses on ground moves mostly. I do have to be wary that they do like to run Blizzard. A Blizzard would probably one-shot me. So here comes the Icy Wind, gonna debuff them. Only gonna be doing neutral damage from the water ground typing. Let's see, are they gonna fire a move anytime soon? They're definitely charging up to a Blizzard, that's for sure. I think I'm actually gonna risk it for the Biscuit. They might be faking me out. Nope, they went for a Blizzard. Because of that debuff, we actually do get to hang on there. I see a Registeel has come out, so I'm gonna go for the Shadow Ball to do a nice chunk of neutral damage. Now that Drifblim has taken such a large chunk of damage, I have to rely on my own Registeel to take out their Registeel, so I'm going to have to be very skillful in my plays. I have to be very careful of their Focus Blast, and they're going to be careful of mine. Yep, they went right for the Focus Blast, so this was a well-used shield. I'm going to go for the Fake Out. Flash Cannon and Focus Blast use practically the same amount of energy, but Focus Blast uses a little bit more. So by using Flash Cannon, I might actually be able to get the advantage by having just a teeny tiny bit more energy than my opponent. Alright, so here comes their next move. I'm going to use both my shields. And it was another Focus Blast, so I used that shield well. I'm going for a Flash Cannon. If I get their last shield, I might be able to get to the Focus Blast before them. Ooh, they do not shield, so they're holding on to their last shield. Maybe, just maybe I can lock them down. Ooh, I'm playing it smart. I switch into the Drifblim and I hex them. So they are not able to use their last charge move. Out comes a Mandibuzz. Okay, that Mandibuzz should be locked. No. Oh, and their Registeel actually held on. I thought I took it out with the Hex, but I can see up there the Pokeball is still there. So that Registeel has held on and it must still have a charge move. So I got the Hail Form, Castform into the Mandibuzz. They are switch locked at the moment, so I'm going to be able to hit them with some super effective damage. That Registeel is hanging on by a thread, so as long as I could possibly Powder Snow it before they use a charge move, I could still possibly take this game. I might even be able to charge up to a Weather Ball or a Blizzard. Blizzard might be stretching it, but just maybe Powder Snow gives a lot of energy. There goes their last shield. So I bring out the Registeel. I was actually hoping the Flash Can the Mandibuzz, but I'm actually getting into a move, which is still pretty good. So out comes... Oh, it was Whiscash. Excuse me. I thought the Registeel hung on. I was actually able to use that Hex and take them out. So I'm going to use Focus Blast on the Whiscash to take it out. And they give up. Okay, twists and turns in that battle. We are 3 for 3 so far, going up against a Zuzu Super. Ooh, lots of cool names today. Another Whiscash lead. Once again, we have the advantage being a flying type. We're going to super resist the ground typing. Hoping we can get that 4th win in a row, going right for the Icy Wind again. So once again, I have to decide whether I want to shield up this Blizzard they are probably going to throw or not. But from the last match, we do know we are going to hang on and just be in the red. Let's see what we decide to do here. You're going to fire that Blizzard. We're going to take it again. Yeah, and once again, we stay in the red. My opponent is staying into this match this time. I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball. I'm going to see if I can take out this Whiscash. So it's actually a good thing I used that Icy Wind to debuff them, because then I was able to hold on. The Shadow Ball would have taken them out. At this point, a Mud Bomb would take me out, so I'm guessing that's what they're about to use. There we go. Even resisted. At that sliver of health, of course, a Mud Bomb was finally going to take me. So we are able to get them to use their one shield. I'm going to be able to charge up quite a bit here, but not quite fast enough to get to my Weather Ball. So there's the Mud Bomb. It hardly does anything. Remember, this is a debuffed Whiscash. I overcharge a little bit. And here comes the Weather Ball. I think my opponent just switched. Let's see what this Weather Ball is going into. Nope, they didn't switch. They Whiscash still. Out comes a Melmel. We definitely don't want that into my Castform, as I was saying earlier in the video. Castform into a Steel type, not a good time. So I swap in my Registeel, and they swap in a Golbat, which isn't really going to be able to do too much to my Registeel. We still have the shield advantage, so that's good, but now I do have to worry, like, am I going to be able to Focus Blast that Melmel, or am I going to have to try and Weather Ball that Melmel down with my Castform? So they do a Poison Fang. My defense drops. I know I don't really need the shield too much. Here comes another Poison Fang. At this point, I'm like, okay, if they fire a Shadow Ball at this range, it's going to do a lot of damage. I charge up a lot. I'm going to risk it for the biscuits, see what happens here. It's a 3rd Poison Fang, more defense dropping. So I go into this Flash Can, see if I can't take out this Golbat. At this point, I should be able to swap my Registeel to get rid of all these debuffs. I really don't want to hang around with all those, like, 3 defense debuffs. That's horrible. Okay, so now the Melmel is coming out. It should be using, like, a Rock Slide or a Superpower. Yep, it was a Rock Slide. Being an Ice type, we are weak to Rock, so that's not good. Rock Slide is super effective on my Hail Form, Castform, and does not take much to charge up. So I actually decided to go for the Blizzard. Whether it is resisted or not, it's still going to do a very big chunk of damage, and they don't shield it. Of course, being the Steel type, they thought, like, an Ice type move, we're going to be able to handle that just fine. Ooh, a Blizzard took half its health. Yeah, Melmel Steel type, but it's also not super defensive. So I'm able to Weather Ball it down, the opponent does not even bother shielding it, and they decide to take the loss. Good game. Way to go, Castform. Okay, so here I am. I was actually collecting my rewards because I thought that was all my battles. Little did I know, I had just gotten 4 for 4, so I'm quickly catching the Snover, not realizing that I actually have one more match. Come on, Snover, get in the ball. Let me know I have that 5th match to go for. Excellent curve, hopefully catch the Snover. I actually appreciate the Snover encounter because I would like to XL a Abomasnow for the Ultra League. I'm currently working on one and needs just a little more help, and this one's garbage, so it's going into the grinder. Yep, here I am, like, what's going on? Why isn't my ranking going up? Go back into the battle, I'm like, oh, I have one more match! So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm gonna go do this match. And here we go! Last match of the night. Sorry about that, normally I end the video with the encounter, but I was like, oops, I got 4 in a row and didn't realize it. Just waiting for this guy to show up. Who's going to be our last encounter, and can we get a 5 for 5? Oh, here we go. Alex Tilt? Okay, cool. They send out a Frostlass. So that's actually not very good. So we can do super effective damage, but so will they, except they're doing super effective with an Ice move. And Powder Snow. which means they're getting to their avalanche super quickly, way before we can get to a shadow ball. This is looking a little dangerous. Yep, there's the avalanche. I know I have to shield if I want Drifblim to hang around. I'm going to go for the Icy Wind fake out. A shadow ball would easily take out this Frostlass, so I imagine my opponent would shield. They sure do, and they get that attack debuff. I really want to get to the shadow ball before they get to an avalanche, but there's no way. I'm familiar with Frostlass. I have used it. Powder Snow Avalanche is a very good combo, almost as good as Powder Snow Weather Ball, but it's definitely not up to par with the Weather Ball. Weather Ball is just an overpowered move. All right, going for another Icy Wind. I get both their shields, so they get both of my shields. I'm able to swap into my Registeel. This should be able to take this Avalanche, being a steel type. It's resisting ice. Takes the Avalanche like it was nothing. Of course, they're going to swap into an Diggersby. Okay, so Earthquake is going to do a lot of damage to me, especially because it has stab. Earthquake is ground, Diggersby is ground. They get stab. So I'm going for the Focus Blast. I don't have stab being a steel type, so I don't do as much damage as I would like, but I do still do a nice big chunk. I leave it in that portion where my Castform should be able to take it out. I almost get to another charge move. I'm in a sliver of red. Fire Punch is definitely going to be able to KO my Registeel. Down it goes. Okay, so now I have to sit here and be like, should I bring out the Drifblim and resist anything? But no, I still think Castform would be the better option. Fire Punch isn't going to do too much damage. I can just keep Powder Snowing until the Diggersby is no more. My opponent definitely realizes it. They send out a Shadow Machamp. Lucky for me, I was able to charge up a lot and I go into a Blizzard. I had to be very careful though, because I was going to get KO'd very quickly by the Shadow Machamp's counters. You see how fast I got into the red there? Out comes the Frostlass. We're going to be resisting each other's ice moves, but remember what I said, Powder Snow Weather Ball is the better combo than Avalanche, because Weather Ball gets there way faster. Quickly send out the Drifblim to give it one last hex to bring down the Frostlass. I get some charge. Here comes the Icy Wind to that Diggersby. Whoa, a lot is going on in these last 10-20 seconds. And we're able to take the win. Both my Pokemon were in the red, and that was a very good game. And with that, we have a 5-for-5 set. Woohoo! Alright, that was the first 5-for-5 I believe I've had in the Remix Cup so far. And you know what, this is like the only sets where I haven't seen Obstagoon and Nidoqueen. And now that was me double checking, be like, did I have any more matches? So yep, okay. I got 5-for-5. Thank you for joining me tonight. If you enjoyed these matches for Remix, check out last week's. That was also some Remix matches where I was highlighting the Castform. Like I said, Castform is really risky, but it's a tough one. I just really love the design. I love the Ice type. So I always go for the Ice type if I can, though they are a little frail. But I hope you guys enjoyed these matches, and as always, happy hunting.